Now, the rest of the story. Counterfeit money falls under the jurisdiction of the United States Secret Service. The agency prides itself in speedy detection of bogus bills, quick apprehension of the perpetrators. But back in November of 1938, a case entered the official Secret Service files, case number 880. That case kept the agency baffled for almost a decade. The unknown counterfeiter became such a frequent topic of conversation among government agents that he was almost fondly referred to as Old 88. In fact, he might have continued counterfeiting for the rest of his life had he not been discovered by accident. The Secret Service put everything it had into stopping Old 88. Between 1938, when the investigation began, and 1948, the authorities collected nearly 3,000 bogus bills. They notified 10,000 New York store owners, apprising them of what to look for. They circulated nearly 250,000 detailed descriptions of the phony currency, and yet, despite that enormous effort to ensnare him, Old 88 kept printing until his crime had grown into something of a worldwide legend. But December 1947, fate intervened. At 5 a.m, a fire broke out in the counterfeiter's two-room apartment on West 96th Street. He emerged safely, but firemen attempting to empty the apartment of flammable materials hauled off into an alley what they thought were paper and metal scraps. After the fire was extinguished, Old 88 went to live with relatives in Queens, but what the firemen had actually unwittingly removed and rescued from the apartment were engraving plates and counterfeit bills. The next day came a heavy snow, and thus did the plates and bogus currency disappear under a blanket of white out in the alley. But then Tuesday night, January 13, several young boys went out to play in an adjacent vacant lot. One of the boys discovered what he assumed was soggy stage money. He took the bills home to show Daddy. Daddy called the Secret Service. And agents then searched the alley where the bills had been found. Further investigation led to Old 88's vacant apartment, where the last piece of evidence was uncovered, the counterfeiter's printing press. Taken into custody was 73-year-old Edward Muller. Old 88 himself. Considering his age, the court was lenient. Ed Muller served but 4 months of his one-year sentence. Of course, he would not have been captured in the first place had it not been for the fire and the children at play, and Ed ought to have been caught right away. Hundreds of thousands of Secret Service circulars specifically described the counterfeit currency. For more than a decade, Manhattan shopkeepers knew that somebody was printing counterfeit bills on ordinary tablet paper and was even obviously misspelling our president's name on those bills. But it didn't matter somehow. Because, you see, Ed Muller, Old 88, counterfeited exclusively $1 bills. Exclusively $1 bills, a denomination so small that nobody cared. And now you know the rest of the story.